Hello and welcome back to the Play Like a Legend Championships live from London. It's semi-final time. We've just seen the first semi-final. It was a shock result. We had our favourite knocked out. Huge Gorilla is no longer with us in the competition. Instead, Ty Walton has made his way through to the final. And we're about to see a second semi-final now. And we talked about it before, Chris. These two guys are going to have an absolutely reinvigorated sense of motivation for this tournament now, because they probably thought if they got through, they were going to have to face the immovable object that is Huge Gorilla. But he's been moved. Snorlax has been woken up.
Yeah, no, it's great for these players to think, oh, if I get through to the final, I've actually got a great shot of now winning this tournament. I know Huge Gorilla did have this sort of massive reputation of being just a little bit better than all the players here. So I'm glad someone's been able to knock him down.
And we are going to see a new qualifier for the grand final. If obviously Huge Gorilla had won again, he would have effectively taken that spot of someone else. Instead now, we're going to have a new winner and a new qualifier for the grand final in August. We can take a look at what we believe is the team, or something close to the team, that Vitality Brian will be using in this semi-final now, based on what he's been doing in the past. So he tends to start with the Sturridge lineup. Now, on paper, not necessarily the most exciting of teams compared to some of the big names we've seen in other lineups. Sturridge, PLALC, Cuadrado, Ramirez, Di Maria, Torre, Van Aanholt again at the back. We've seen him a lot. Anua, Mangala, Walker and Courtois. On the bench, he tends to bring on Ibrahimovic at half-time. We actually have seen a slightly different lineup from Brian quite a lot this tournament. We've seen quite a lot of the QPR boys used. He's used the likes of Trapped, the likes of Leroy Fer, quite a bit in there. Loic Remy at times he's used. So it's actually quite hard to pin down the starting 11 that Brian will go with. But he does tend to bring on Chikawi and Ibrahimovic at half-time. Talk to me a little bit about Brian, his team and his playing style, and what you expect to see from him.
You know, I expect him, he will play possession football, especially in his kind of build-up play. And I always think his game changes a little bit when Ibrahimovic comes on. And he just plays a little bit with a bit more confidence and looks to get them through balls into the box to Ibra and just do anything, like a skill move or, you know, a nice shot into the corner.
He's definitely not the most experienced of Ultimate Team players, looking at his record there. Just 39 games played. I mean, he's a great player of FIFA, don't get me wrong. He's been very good in our head-to-head events in the past and actually won them on some occasions. But he's fairly new to Ultimate Team based on his record there. However, he's doing very well, made it through to the semi-final with relative ease. Is he going to go through one further and make the final and take on Ty? We'll find out very soon. We should probably take a look at his opponent's team next up, though. Obviously, Guigsey has been, I would say, a little bit of an underdog at points. People probably didn't think he was going to do that well based on the fact that he wasn't as much of a known entity. But you've only got to look at his record there to see that he plays a fair bit of Ultimate Team, more than 10 times the game that Brian's got under his belt. Ronaldo up top, Cuadrado and Griezmann on the wings, Ramirez, Rooney, Rodriguez, Luiz, Mangala, Anua, Walker and Courtois. Again, this is a team that's based on the players that he was submitting before, not necessarily the players he's used today and yesterday. Thanks to Foothead for giving us access to these squads on the screen here. So what do you think about Guigsey and how he's performed in this tournament so far, Chris?
You know, he's performed really well. His teammates of Huge Gorilla, and I think a lot of Huge Gorilla's style has actually come into Guigsey's game a little bit. So he tends to play actually a 4-3-1-2, play very direct, quick passing through the middle of the park. So yeah, it's almost like Huge Gorilla Mark II.
Unfortunately for Team XL, they're not going to have both their representatives in the final now, as Huge Gorilla's been knocked out. So all their hopes are now firmly in the lap of XL Guigsey. We can see his team on the screen now. He's just loading up the game. In fact, actually, we're going to go to the stadium, get ready to kick things off. Just seeing a few last-minute formational changes, and then we're going to be jumping in straight away with Vitality Brian against XL Guigsey. Now, I think most people would probably go with Brian for this in terms of his experience and what we know of him, but Guigsey has shown that he's no pushover. And this really could go either way. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw another shock here.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't be surprised either. I think a lot of people in the community say Guigsey's good enough to go on and do well in this tournament, and he is.
Just 9, 8, 7, 6 seconds away from kickoff. Here we go, we're off. And it is Vitality Brian against XL Guigsey. Guigsey in the Celtic strip, Brian in the blue Brazil kit, I believe. Let's go. Leroy Fer, we were right, he is using those QPR boys in there. Recently relegated, obviously, Leroy Fer. He's got the likes of Trapped in there as well, I think. He's a big fan of him. Van Aanholt, PLALC, Torre in there. Here's Remy as well, ex-QPR also. Trapped picks up the ball for Brian. Set out wide to Balassi. Back into Taarabt. Taarabt looking for Remy in there, but it's denied by the ever-present, ever-working, tireless midfield work ethic of Guigsey. And now we've got Rooney on the ball. Rooney goes inside to Ramirez. Ramirez looks short to Rodriguez, to Ronaldo. Can we get an early goal from Guigsey? Could do. Still not over. He's hit the shot. Could have gone anywhere. Could have gone anywhere, but it went wide. Brian is particularly a gifted attacker, I feel. I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do going forward in this game. He's got some real composure, some real skill going forward. But Guigsey knows what he's doing. He's no mug.
Yeah, definitely. You see there the quick attacking play of Guigsey. Already apparent, and lucky enough just to get the bounce right for him there and get the shot off.
Ball here for Guigsey. He's got the best of it so far. Brian not really pretty dominant in the game. There's only 10 minutes into this first leg. Remember, up for grabs today. $5,000 is going to the winner. $2,250 to second place. Semi-finalists getting over $1,000 as well, including FIFA points and other such items such as EA Access rewards. The winner getting a load of legends gifted to him as well. So there's lots to play for. Not even to mention a place in the grand final in August where the prize pool goes up dramatically. But that's the big one to win. If you're going to win one of them, if you're going to time your training to peak at the right time, much like Olympic athletes do, it's for that grand final. You just got to make sure you get there first. And you guys at home thinking, oh, I've missed out on this, I can't take part. You're wrong. You can take part. You can still qualify for that grand final. You can still qualify for season 3, which is happening on the weekend of July 3rd and 4th here at the Gfinity Arena in London. You just got to go to gfinity.net/legends, register and start playing in online qualifiers. If you're good enough and you get enough points, you'll be invited to play in this big final. Chance of Brian. Great pace in his defence to cover it from Guigsey there. If you're good enough, it doesn't matter where you're from in Europe, if you get invited, all your costs and travel will be covered. Accommodation will be provided. You haven't got to get yourself here. It's all done by the guys at Gfinity. All you've got to do is worry about is playing top quality FIFA. And if you do, you can find yourself in a very, very advantageous position. Cuadrado looking for Griezmann. No clear chances just yet. Balassi back to Van Arnholt. Inside to Anua.
It's a really good start from Guigsey, actually, applying a lot of early pressure to Brian. I expected it to be the opposite. I expected Guigsey to initially be on the back foot.
Chance here for Daniel Sturridge cutting down the right-hand side. Can he come into the box? Good defending from Guigsey there. Giving it away, though. Kyle Walker picks it up. Going to pass it inside to Yaya Toure. Yaya Toure goes to Balassi. Balassi has a ball over the top. He's seen it. Can he bring it down? No. Griezmann for Guigsey. To Ramirez. Ramirez to Ronaldo. Ronaldo inside to Griezmann. Oh, he's overrun it, but he's still got the ball. Ball for Ronaldo. Could be a goal. Could be a goal. What a save! What a save. Guigsey really should be 1-0 up, Chris.
Yeah, no, he should be. But he didn't really have a lot of options. A really good keeper charge there from Brian to just close down the angle. But a great ball from Guigsey over the top.
Sturridge on the ball here for Brian. Oh, it's an unlucky touch there off the side of the boot from the player. He didn't mean to touch it, but he's managed to get it back with Anua, using that power, using that strength. Plays in Balassi. Balassi can get ahead of him with the pace. He's faster than Rooney, but Rooney stands strong. Griezmann into Rodriguez. James to Cuadrado. Cuadrado takes his time trying to find his Colombian compatriot, but Ramirez cuts it out. Balassi on the ball now. Van Arnholt into Yaya Toure. Yaya Toure returns the ball, a 1-2 to Van Arnholt. Can Van Arnholt whip it in? Find his teammate, Loic Remy. Remy holds on to it, does well. Goes back to Van Arnholt. Van Arnholt trying a very difficult floor pass there over a wide, a long patch of grass. I don't think he was ever realistically going to get that. Probably needed a cross if he's going to try and squeeze it in there. Griezmann to Cuadrado. Dealt with, and Sturridge has the ball on the right-hand side for Vitality Brian. Doing well, using his pace well. Taarabt back to Sturridge. Nice link-up play for Brian. Brian's going to pass inside now to Leroy Fer. Fer's going to switch it over to Van Arnholt, who's getting in the game quite a lot from left-back at the moment. Yaya Toure plays inside to Loic Remy. It's cut out, though. Can Guigsey go on the counter-attack now? He could. Ronaldo's going to play it down the line for Cuadrado, who's got pace to burn. He's in a race with Mangala. He's going to win that foot race all day long, but his passing was not good enough into the box, and Ramirez can play the ball out with a lovely pass over to Balassi.
Both players, this is end-to-end stuff at the moment. And both players doing really well to get their defenders back and defend each other's attacks.
Walker on the ball for Guigsey. Into Ramirez. Ramirez to Cuadrado. Cuadrado looking for the pass into Ronaldo, who's onside but unable to retrieve the ball. And now we have Tarapt for Brian. He's good in these tight spaces. He's got the skills to pay the bills. Tarapt, he's been tackled there though.
Two examples from both players of great defending. Earlier you saw Brian block out a through ball which was on for Guigsey, and Guigsey just giving Brian some early pressure there.
Griezmann, Sturridge into Tarapt, back to Sturridge. They've had a lot of 1-2s, those guys, with each other. Nice link up between Remy, Sturridge and Griezmann, and Tarapt, sorry. Ben Arnholt now down the line to Balassi. Half-time is swiftly approaching, still 0-0 in this tense first leg semi-final encounter here at the PLALC Championships Season 2 live finals in London, in the Gfinity Arena, which is an absolute spectacle of a venue. If you have got a chance to come down and visit us in Fulham Broadway at one of our future events, make sure you put it in your diary. July 3rd and July 4th is the next Season 3 finals, where some more people, some more qualifiers, some new faces I'm sure from home will be joining us, along with some of these guys who also will qualify, because they are very, very good and regular Gfinity players. Noah goes short to Mangala. Mangala squares it over. You can see the competitors there. Half-time has gone. Guigsey on the left, Brian on the right. What was your thoughts on that first half, Chris?
You know, I'm surprised there hasn't been any goals, actually. Has been end-to-end stuff. Both players, you know, their sort of attacking flow is really good to see. But yeah, just in that final third, no one's made a great clear-cut chance yet.
Enter Zlatan. He's come on for Loic Remy. Brian is getting the big man up top. Ibrahimovic, we know what he can do. We've seen him score a few goals with the Swede already this tournament. Will he be able to do one more and get another and book his place in the final? We're going to find out very soon. Just a quick change being made by one of our players here. I'm not sure exactly what he's doing. I think it must be Guigsey doing something. Tarapt has also gone off for Chikawi, of course. Chikawi is another player that Brian's a fan of. He likes to bring on at half-time. 5-star skill moves, 5-star weak foot. Doesn't have chemistry with anyone if you start him, because he plays in I believe in the Swiss league, and he's from is he from Tunisia? I'm not sure where he's from. It's a goal, could be a goal, surely. Oh, unlucky. He's from Morocco or Tunisia or somewhere that's there's not a lot of quality players from. I can't remember exactly his nationality. Either way, he's still a very good player. When you bring him off the bench, you get the best of both worlds. You don't need to worry about the chemistry, and you obviously get a quality player in the middle of the park there. The Soups on the Twitch chat has said, who's in the final? Did Huge Gorilla make it to the final? I've got some news for you, mate. He didn't. He got knocked out by Ty Walton. Huge Gorilla is out. Ty Walton is waiting for the winner of this match to meet him in the final. This is the other semi-final. Yeah, he is from Tunisia. I thought I was right the first time, Chikawi. Bit of a stalemate here, a bit of a mistake there from Brian, giving the ball away, throw in for Guigsey. Just need this game could just use a goal, I think, just to lift it a little bit and maybe make some of the players take a few more risks. Ibarbo looking for the ball in. Guigsey has scored a few goals with Ibarbo, trying an overhead kick there from now. That would have been spectacular if he got it in, but was never realistically troubling the keeper. Yes, Qued Rennes has gone off, has obviously missed a little bit of the stream. Says, wait, wasn't it 2-0 for Gorilla on the first leg? You're right, it was. But he lost the second leg 3-0. He didn't even have a shot. Ty absolutely changed the game, turned it around on him, and did very well to get through. Here is Ibrahimovic, who's come on at half-time. He's come away with that, luckily. It's a through ball one, if he can see it. It's still on. Chikawi wants it. He's got it to him. Chikawi's been bossed there, absolutely pushed off, but he's held true, and he's banged one from about 27.5 yards out, but he wasn't able to find the target.
You see that quite a lot from Brian, actually, where the through ball might be on, but he just likes to retain possession and not play so much, you know, that direct through ball over the top kind of style you see so much in this game.
Guigsey on the ball, looking for a ball down the line, but Brian anticipates it well. Sturridge to Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker back to Sturridge, to Chikawi, to Toure. This is nice from Brian. Toure into Chikawi. I think we could be seeing something start here. Chikawi, where's he going to go? He's going to go to Fur. Now he's going to go to Balassi. Are we going to see the first goal of this semi-final? Balassi needs an end product. So much we don't see an end product from Balassi. That's the most disappointing thing.
Good defending there by Guigsey, just doubling up out wide.
Edge of the box, chance for Leroy Fur. Is he going to bang one? Turns beautifully, but unable to get the shot away, unable to create enough room for him. Here is Ronaldo, nice turn, past Kyle Walker. No, it's Kyle Walker now, sorry, just trying to stop him. Quite a few defenders trying to get on him eventually. Ronaldo does run into trouble. Here is Chikawi. Chikawi is going to go to Toure. Toure is going to spread it down. No, he's not. He's going to use Ibrahimovic instead. Ibrahimovic back to Toure. Toure, the ball for Chikawi. That's decent. Chikawi, it's all about your first touch, which was good. His second touch was better. Ibrahimovic has scored! There is Brian celebrating, standing up. He gets a lot of support from his compatriot Frenchman in the crowd. Guigsey is down a goal, and Brian is up. And it's that man, Zlatan, off the bench, who bags the goal.
You know, what a great goal. Just a big, long ball up top to Zlatan. Just plays a 1-2 with Chikawi.
What a goal. What a goal. Brian, he knows how to do it when he needs to do it. And he's looking good, you know. I think if we do get Brian through here and we see a Brian tie final, that could be a really interesting one. But Guigsey's only one goal down. He's got plenty of time to get back in this. And it'd be absolutely tomfoolery to count him out of the game at this stage. I mean, he scored quite a few goals with Barbo, exploiting that pace, running past the keeper in the quarter-final. I'm sure if he gets the right opportunity, the right through ball to run onto, he can do just that again.
Yeah, we haven't seen Guigsey get Ibarbo in behind so far in this game.
Yaya Toure for Brian. Another goal here would be brilliant for him. Sturridge into Chikawi, cut out though by Felipe Luis. And here's Marco Reus to Ronaldo for Guigsey. Marco Reus to Rooney. Rooney down to Ibarbo. Ibarbo's going to use the pace to get past Anua. He's done well. Has he done well enough? Anua's just really bullied him there, and he's managed to even win the throw for Brian's blue team. And Ibarbo needed to do a little bit better than that. He got chased into a corner, shepherded out of play. Sturridge back to Kyle Walker. Walker to Fur. Fur to Chikawi. Sturridge, Walker. Leroy Fur. Brian just sucking a little bit of the pace out of the game because he can afford to. Great ball in though. Balassi's going to score. He's definitely going to score. He has. Brian is on his feet again. And I'm not surprised. Guigsey looks absolutely demoralised. His XL coach is saying to him, look, you know, keep your head in the game. You can do this. But Brian is looking solid gold right now.
Yeah, no, another great goal from Brian. You see that so much where players like set their instructions to get in behind the defence. And a great off-the-ball run for Brian's player and executed the through ball greatly there. 2-0
to Vitality Brian here. He's going to have a great lead going into the second leg if he can keep it like this. Guigsey would love to get a goal back, I'm sure, just to narrow the margin a little bit. Ramirez on the ball here, trying to do just that for him. Can he create space? That's a great tackle from Van Arnholt there. Balassi comes away with it. Van Arnholt back to Mangala. Mangala to Courtois. Courtois to Kyle Walker. Brian probably happy just to see this 2-0 win out for the first leg now. Fur to Sturridge. Maybe Brian wants another goal. Sturridge. Fur. Back to Sturridge, it's nice. Who Sturridge got as an option in there? He's going to go back to Chikawi on the edge of the box. Chikawi, that foul? It's a free kick in a dangerous area here. Is he going to shoot this though? We haven't seen a lot of people, as many people shoot free kicks as I'd like. He's not going to shoot this. He's going to lay off to Balassi. He's going to strike it. Go, 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 go! 3-0. Brian is loving life here in the Gfinity Arena in London. I can't believe it. Well, I can believe it because Brian's a top quality player, but Guigsey didn't look like he was going to go 3-0 down up to quite late in the game.
You know, very true. It was very, very even for 60 minutes of this game, and then Brian's just come on in the second half. It is that Zlatan impact, I think. It's just made a difference for him.
And Chikawi. Chikawi's been awesome as well.
Yeah, true. But I mean, he was a little bit lucky there to get a rebound, but he's had so much pressure that, yeah, you sort of get that luck from applying so much pressure.
It's nice to see Brian when he celebrates as well. He's one of the more emotive players. And I think his traditional celebration now is just the stand-up. He likes to stand up, just to stretch the legs out, get the blood running around the body. He's just wiping his brow down there. It is hard work in there, sweaty work. You might not be running around on a football pitch in real life, but mentally your brain is going 77 miles an hour. Trust me. And we've got Guigsey getting some advice again from his coach. He's just saying, try and score more. I'd advise you score more. That's my best advice. You have to do a degree to find out that as well. A degree in FIFA technology, which you got from University of Sawbridgeworth, I believe.
Nice.
I mean, I made all that up. It could be true. I'll find out afterwards. So it's 3-0 in this first leg. Going into the second leg very shortly. Can you see Guigsey getting back from this, Chris, or are we looking at the finalist in Brian?
No, I think Brian can hold on to this. I think, yeah, this is worst case for Guigsey. Brian is the guy that has the experience. He's been here before. He's our last Masters winner, and it's all going well for him so far.
What can Guigsey do?
It sounds ridiculous, but well, maybe change formation. Actually, I think maybe trying to play a more narrow formation and more direct play.
That doesn't sound that ridiculous. It sounds pretty sensible.
No, I was going to say don't change anything, but because
okay.
I actually thought he did play 4-3-1-2, but he actually plays 4-2-3-1 and uses sort of the wide formation. So maybe become a bit more direct in his play.
Okay. Because it wasn't going too badly for him for a large part of the game. In fact, the opening segment, he was on top. But Brian was just taking his time, finding his rhythm, finding the pace of the game. And when he got it, he got it. And he scored 3 in short succession. And he may have already dealt the killer blow, to be honest. I don't know if Guigsey can come back from that. We'll see in this second leg, which is just loading up now. Make sure you let us know on the Twitch chat who you think is going to win this one, guys. Tweet us as well at Gfinity. Who do you think is going to be in the final? And who do you think is going to win the overall tournament as well? Let us know. Read out some of your comments here. What is everyone saying? Let's have a look. Jay Wall FUT says the coach is not going to help him. He doesn't think coaches help. What do you think on your coaches?
Yeah, no, I agree, actually. I don't think coaches help that much. Guigsey will be the guy. He knows his team the best. He'd have done all the online training on his own. You don't have a coach for that kind of thing, I wouldn't imagine, anyway.
True.
Yeah, it's a nice to keep him calm in his ear. Maybe that will be a benefit, just to, maybe suggest something to him, or maybe he won't suggest anything to him, but just to keep him cool, just reassure him that he's still in the game, almost as a motivator. I think coaches can have an impact.
Kelly G98 is saying game over. Harry Eden 100 is saying virtual Brian. I think he means Vitality Brian. I can assure you that is a 100% genuine Brian there. Brian versus Ty Walton in the finals. Camarillo 3-2-1 says, Old Mordim says, tough, but I think Brian will win eventually. Let's go Brian, Clemaz says. Ryan Guigsey, mate. Derp69 says, it's Guigsey. It's Guigsey. He's very sure that we had to call him Guigsey, not Guigsey. He doesn't want to be... I don't know if he's associated with him in the name or not. It's a coincidence. Fisher AFC just has posted Stuart Downing. I don't know what that's in reference to. Maybe he's a fan of the player, but thank you for sharing that with us.
Maybe that's what Guigsey needs, Stuart Downing in his team.
Maybe. Granger Gaming says Brian will go through, but Ty will win the final. What do you think about that?
I'd say that's a pretty good prediction. Like, Ty's now the guy to beat after beating Hughes Gorilla, so yeah.
If you knock out the favourite, you've got to be favourite, haven't you?
Yep.
Simple as that. The Who's Chuck says, let's all hail to Zlatan and Vitality Brian. I mean, Zlatan is funny because Brian's pretty much the only person that's used Zlatan. Well, he's the only person that's used Zlatan in the entire tournament. And he is the guy that's delivering right now. And if he ends up winning the whole thing, it's just reinforcing the whole Zlatan ideology that he is just the king of football, isn't it? Yeah,
no, I agree. And no, he makes great use of that Zlatan. It's really hard to get him into your team because a lot of players do play chip through balls over the top. But yeah, it's good to see him as a target man.
It's me, the real Jamie, says 3-3 comeback. I #believe. He thinks that Guigsey can get back in this. Nathan 1886 says you need Zarate. I agree, he needs Zarate in there. Toby Young says needs to be more pace and direct. A nice little mixture of opinions coming in on Twitch. We're underway in the second leg of the semi-final now. Brian 2-0 up against Guigsey. We've seen comebacks before. We could be seeing one again. Don't count Guigsey out. He can definitely score, create chances out of nothing. But whether he can keep Brian from scoring more is the bigger question, I think, here. Ronaldo to Rooney for Guigsey. Can he get an early goal to really help him make a comeback? Rodriguez into Rooney. Rooney! Oh. It's a penalty!
Wow.
It's an early penalty. Okay. Do not leave. Do not turn off your TVs. Not that you're watching this TV, you're watching the computer, because it's the 21st century. Is he going to get a goal? It's a penalty for Guigsey. Who's going to take it? Ronaldo, I'm guessing. Cristiano Ronaldo. We've seen a lot of penalties. I think I can only remember one penalty being missed so far in this tournament. Oh, we're going to see another one go in for Ronaldo. And Guigsey, just about. It squeezed through the palms of Courtois. Brian not happy with his goalkeeper there. He had butter all over his fingers there. I can't believe it's not butter.
That's unlucky for Brian. If you guessed the right way, and yeah, real unfortunate for Brian. And I don't think the penalty was that great either. I mean, to give it away in the first place. But Guigsey, the comeback's on.
The comeback is well and truly on. 3-1. An early goal was exactly what Guigsey needed, and he's got it. He just needs to make sure he doesn't let Brian get any kind of swift reply here, and he keeps him off. You know, he gets another goal as soon as possible. That would really mount the pressure on. You can just never count any of these guys out. They're all equally talented with you know, within a certain kind of ability range, and one of them can win another game, and then it can just completely change the game after. Can we get another goal here for Guigsey? We could. Ramirez, can he get a shot away? No, not quite, but it's close. Brian just needs a goal. I think if he gets a goal now, he's going to put Guigsey back on the back foot, and he's going to feel confident again. But all the time that Guigsey is chasing, is pushing him back and mounting pressure on, Brian's going to start to doubt himself. Guigsey's going to feel more and more confident.
You know, I agree. I need to remind people as well, Guigsey has come back before from a 3-1 deficit. I think it was the first game of the tournament, actually, against Totside, where he came back, got level with 3-all, but then actually lost that game in the end.
1-0 to Guigsey in this game, 3-1 on aggregate. The next goal will be massive. I think if Brian gets it, then I think he'll be safe and through to take Ty on in the final. If Guigsey gets it, then it's absolutely up for grabs for either person. Ronaldo offside there, I think, or Griezmann. Kyle Walker at right back for Brian. Enua out to Walker. Kyle Walker just taking his time, waiting for the right moment. Goes to Sturridge. Sturridge to Walker. Taarabt in there. He's got a through ball on. He's not going to take it. He's going to wait. He's going to go to Leroy Fer, his QPR teammate, although Taarabt has moved to Benfica now in real life just recently. Taarabt looking for a ball in there. Ooh, nice fell for him. Guigsey can't afford to give away a cheap goal to Brian, because that could be lights out if he does that. Rooney on the ball here. Ramirez. Well tackled by Leroy Fer. That's what he's there to do. He's an enforcer. Taarabt waiting patiently for an opening. Yaya Toure. Balassi. Van Arnholt to Balassi. Is he going to deliver? He's going to cut back nicely. The cross is on, but he goes on the floor to Taarabt. There's another ball on the edge of the box to Ramirez, but Taarabt doesn't take it. Now he takes it. It's Leroy Fer, in fact, who goes into Sturridge. Touch. Great tackle from Guigsey. Had to be timed to perfection, and it was.
Yeah, it's unlucky there by Brian. I thought maybe that ball to the edge of the box was on earlier, but cutting inside nearly worked for him.
So Monkey Suit says, that was liquid football. Couldn't agree more, so Monkey Suit. Couldn't agree more. Remy, Taarabt, goal, surely a goal. Oh my God! That was woodwork to woodwork. Wow, and it could be out the other end for Guigsey. We've seen this happen so many times. When one person misses a chance, someone goes up the other end and scores. I don't think I've ever seen a shot cannon off both posts with such velocity as that one did.
No, not on FIFA 15 at least. Yeah, no, that was a great chance from Brian, and a little bit sloppy. He should have just, I think he should have just finished that near post. Go for that easy finish. He went for the spectacular and could live to regret it.
Still 1-0 on the scoreline here. 3-1 on aggregate. Guigsey given a bit of a lifeline with that miss there from Brian.
But it has been good football. In the last 20 minutes, Brian's been really patient in his approach play.
Chance here for Brian, though. Adel Taarabt on the ball, rolling in the deep. Remy. Taarabt. Great ball. He's onside. He's onside. That could have been a penalty, you know, because he was fouled after the ball, but the shot was was taken and it was missed by Like Remy. Brian is doing really well. He just needs the goal. If he actually puts the ball in the back of the net, I think he's going to win the game. I think as long as he doesn't, and Guigsey's got a chance to get that 3-2 goal, then we've still got a game on our hands here. But it's going to have something's going to happen next. If not before half time, shortly after, I think there will be something that breaks through. Someone's going to give either way, surely. There's too much action for it not to happen.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think I can't see Brian not scoring again in this game somehow, so Guigsey's got a big task on his hands.
Some of the guys in the Twitch chat saying they don't think the guys playing are that good. Like, you've got more than enough chance to prove if you're better by going to gfinity.net/legends. I genuinely love to see some of you guys take these guys on, because when you see two competitive players play each other, you can't necessarily put it into perspective the level. It's only when they play a non-competitive player you realise how good they are. And unless you guys have got some seriously good skills you're keeping under wraps, I would back a lot of these guys to beat most people in the world, basically.
Yeah.
That's the fact, isn't it? These are the best players in the world.
Yeah, this is like the top 16 players, you know, right now. And the qualification process is also so hard. These guys play so much to qualify for this tournament in like a nice leaderboard that Gfinity put together.
Yeah, exactly. And maybe you are watching and you are one of the best players in the world. You could be, but you can prove it. Gfinity.net/legends, register, play in the online qualifiers. You do well enough, we'll see you here next time, and you can put your money where your mouth is, pal. Trapped on the ball, to Remy, Loic, trapped! Good save, it was a tight angle to score from, to be honest.
Yeah, did well to go for the first time shot there, because I think he was going to get tackled. And just forces the corner, but unfortunately wasted there.
Half time there in the match. Guigsey doing okay, he needs 2 more goals though. And he looks like he could make them, but he's also looking very unlikely he's going to keep a clean sheet against Brian, particularly when he's just bringing on Chikawi and Ibrahimovic, who've been so instrumental in him in the second half of games throughout this tournament. I thought Tarapt was actually did quite well in that first half, but we know what Ibra can do. Barbo's also come on for Griezmann, for Guigsey's team, so we've got pure pace versus the power and skill of Ibrahimovic. Marco Reus also making an appearance in place of James Rodriguez for Guigsey. Here is Ibra. Lovely skill, lovely turn into Chikawi. This dream team penalty.com. It's a penalty. Brian's happy. It was a lovely skill from Ibra to set that up. Chikawi was taken out. I mean, that was actually like being hit by a train. Torre, is he going to take it? Is he going to give it to Ibra? What's going to happen? He's going to give it with Yaya. He's going to go to the left. He didn't go to the left. He should have gone to the left, Brian. Why didn't you listen to me, pal? And I said it after you hit the ball, but come on. It's still 3-1. Brian has missed another chance to assert his lead further. As long as he keeps missing these chances, you think that Guigsey can get back in this?
Yeah, it's important for Brian just to keep calm now. He's playing really well. He just needs to be patient for this pressure to pay off.
Anua. Oh, sorry, Manga. Here we go. Here is Anua for Brian. So Walker inside to Torre. Brian's leading the game right now, bossing the possession. Sturridge is going to deliver it in. Goal! Ibrahimovic doesn't miss them. The crowd go wild. Allez le bleu, they're singing. The French guys are absolutely loving life. Ibrahimovic gets another goal off the bench. That could be it for Guigsey. The crowd's actually getting pretty mental right now. They're going crazy in here.
Yeah, no, there's good support for Brian in here.
I think they've had too many Gfinity combos. Popcorn, all available here at the View Cinema. That is Gfinity Arena. Goal! Could be a goal! Could be a goal! Yeah, Barbo just not putting his foot through it there. Way too soft.
It's a really nice drag back there by Guigsey, actually, just to make that chance. But yeah, Barbo's finishing not the greatest.
1-1 in this game, 4-1 on aggregate. Brian looking solid and odds-on to secure a place in the final here at the PLALC Championships versus Ty Walton in the final. That's going to be a really good match, actually, Ty Walton versus Brian. Look forward to seeing that.
Yep,
if it happens, Guigsey could have a comeback. Let's not write him off. Chikawi. Torre's going to pick this up. Bang one. Balassi. Oh, he's gone back to Torre. Oh, if that touch would be a little bit nicer, he could have set himself up for a shot. Chikawi tries to do the same thing. He's doing very well under pressure, Chikawi, using those skills he's got in his locker. Oh, wow. The turns. I've gone dizzy. No. Oh, wow. It's not Kansas anymore.
I'm not sure why he just passed it back. That was a great great combo of body feints there.
Would have been a lovely goal if you just polished that off, put it in the back of the net. Contender for goal of the season. He tried to go one further, overplayed it a little bit. Oh, Ronaldo just missing the header opportunity. Guigsey to get a goal now. It wouldn't be over. I think he needs one soon if he's going to stay in this. Brian just controlling the game once again here. Leroy Fer making 5 tackles in the middle of the park for Brian. He's been key in forcing, breaking up the play, getting possession back for his team. Balassi to Van Arnholt, the left back, who's marauding from the back. Can he whip one in? Is he going to whip one in? Puts it on the floor.
Yeah, no, this is a great performance by Brian at the moment. I know it's only 1-1, but a good balance of attack and defence here.
Who's Chuck says, oh man, Brian is really the winner here. Not yet, he's not, but I see what you're saying. He's looking like he could be, for sure. Toby Young is saying, I think Guigsey needs somebody high-rated that can shoot, as opposed to someone like Barbo who's got pace, but not as efficient in front of goal. Ibra, lovely play. We're really seeing Brian start to showboat now for the fans, who have been very reactive to him. He's got the whole French contingency behind him now, because he's the final Frenchman left in the tournament.
Yeah, I actually agree with that comment about Barbo. I think his finishing lets him down. Whilst his pace is brilliant, if someone like Brian doesn't give you the opportunity to get in behind, then Barbo's kind of wasted up there.
Balassi for Brian. He's taking his time. He's under no pressure to rush things here. Toure. Nice. From Yaya into Ibra to Fer. Fer. Back to Ibra, is it? No, he's holding on to it to Chikawi. Chikawi not putting a lot on that pass, but getting away with it. It's a good tackle from Felipe Luis. Guigsey needs to go up the other end and get a goal right now. Marco Reus, can he do just that? Rooney, there was a ball on, but he would have been offside if he played it there to Barbo, so he doesn't go. Rooney instead goes again, and it's a poor pass from Rooney, and Brian's got it now, and I think that could be game over. 3 goals. It's a big deficit to repair in just less than 10 minutes of FIFA time. I think we could be saying goodbye to Guigsey, but what a competitor he's been on his debut, qualifying online, and really on season 1 he was just sitting at home watching it, like some of the guys I'm sure are on Twitch. And this could be you next time, maybe even going a step further than Guigsey, getting to the final. There they are, Guigsey on the left, Brian on the right.
Yeah, Guigsey is a great example of a newcomer coming along and doing really well in his first tournament. He's been sitting there thinking, yeah, I can be better than these guys, and he's come here to this Gfinity play like a legend season 2 and proved his worth.
Brian almost taunting Guigsey there, just waiting on the ball, not in any rush to get the game going, because it's pretty much secured the win now. Just 5 minutes left, 3 goals. 3 goals on Guigsey. He's going to be in the final. It's going to be a Britain versus France final with Ty Walton versus Vitality Brian. Peters97 says, this is how FIFA should be played. Bolty1702 says, bye-bye Guigsey. He thinks he's going to be going out here. Seconds left here. Brian's really done well in this game. He's just kind of killed the momentum of it in the second half. And Guigsey's not gone down without a fight, but he wasn't quite on the level of Brian, particularly in that first game, where he won 3-0.
So just an example of how close our competitors are. Brian and Ty Walton both came second in their group.
Yep. Both the finalists came second in their group, completely right. Toure, Anua, Fer, Toure, Chikawi, nice football, Fer, can you get the ball away to Ibrahimovic? Oh! Zlatan strikes again. He's seen some lovely goals from Ibra. What a half-time substitution that was, bringing him on. He's just absolutely delivered. And there is the final whistle. It's a 5-1 win on aggregate in the end, actually, for Vitality Brian. Guigsey goes from the tournament, but with our respect, and he can leave with his head held high, because he put in a solid performance. Well done to Guigsey, but Brian is through to the final. He's going to be taking on Ty Walton in a match to end all matches, in a match to decide the winner of Season 2 of the PLALC Championships. Are you looking forward to it, Chris?
Yeah, no, I can't wait. I think it's going to be really interesting to see how Ty now copes with Brian's attacking play. And this will be a real nice tactical game to watch, I think, for the FIFA fans online.
Who do you think will win it?
Based on that performance, I think Brian, actually.
You think his attacking flair can outclass? I mean, let's remember just how good Ty's defence was against Huge Gorilla, who had arguably the best attack in the tournament, has 0 shots in the game in the second leg because of how good Ty's defence was. I mean, that's what Brian's going to be coming up against. Do you think he can get past it if Spencer couldn't?
Yeah, no, yeah, I think Brian can. I think they're completely different attacks. Whilst they're both great to watch, Spencer's very direct, whereas Brian is very nice to watch in that slow approach football. He's very patient, looks for the right pass all the time, and just very efficient with his his general play in front of that sort of box area.
We've got some replays to show you now, some of the highlights from that semi-final between Brian and Guigsey. This was the first Brian goal with Ibrahimovic, again, in that second half. So he waits for the substitution to be done. He waits to get Zlatan introduced. That's when he really comes into his own in the second half of games, much like we've seen with Huge Gorilla in the past, using those substitutions to best effect. You've got to say to Brian, though, he hasn't necessarily got the best team. He's just got really good kind of practice with those players, and he just knows what they can do. Leroy Fer on the ball. This was another goal for Brian. Chikau with a lovely through ball to Balassi, takes it past the keeper, makes it impossible for him to make up the ground. And it was a nicely worked goal for Brian there, making it 2-0. And I think he got one more in that first leg before it finished 3-0. And there was a late goal as well, really a hammer blow for Guigsey's confidence, actually, which we're going to take a look at in a second. But Guigsey did do well to come back. He got an early goal, didn't he, in that second leg? But this was the Brian third goal. It was a controversial penalty. Well, it was a free kick, was it, on the edge of the box? Yeah, it was a free kick. And he whips it in short to Balassi. Balassi strikes it, deflection, can't miss. Ibrahimovic with another goal. Lovely celebration from Brian. I mean, you can see how much it means to him. And that made it 3-0 in that first leg. Very difficult for Guigsey to come back from that. But we did actually think within seconds, or not seconds, but very, very quickly in that second leg, that Guigsey was going to mount a comeback because he got a penalty in the 6th minute here, which he did score just about, if you remember correctly. He went through the keeper's hands, seemingly. Yeah, it probably was a penalty there on Rooney. So he got the penalty for that, which he took with, of course, CR7, Cristiano Ronaldo. Courtois tried his best to save it, dived the right way, but Ronaldo's shot just had a little bit too much power for him, I think. Here it is now, and bang, there you go. Nice hit. So that made it 3-1. Guigsey needed 2 more goals to get back in it. It could have gone either way at this point. Guigsey actually had a period of possession where he was actually mounting a lot of chances. But Brian eventually finished him off, didn't he?
Yeah. No, Guigsey showed sort of good force to come back, but I think, yeah, Brian was just too much for him. There was a lot of pressure from Brian throughout that game, and in the end it did pay off.
You know, we haven't really talked so far about we've talked a lot about goals of the tournaments. We haven't talked a lot about players of the tournament. And I have to say, we've got to be looking at Ibrahimovic as a nominee here. Look at this goal particularly. Bang, what a finish. Ibrahimovic has been massive for Brian. If Brian goes on to win this tournament, he's going to be my nominee for player of the tournament, Ibrahimovic, I think.
Yeah, no, I'd have to agree. It's just a good example of, you know, the ultimate team format, showing how you can put players into your team and to sort of create your own style of play. Like, you don't, because he's not, you know, he doesn't do chip through balls over the top a lot. So Ronaldo would kind of be not useless to him, but Zlatan plays better into his system of play. Well,
hopefully you guys at home, sitting home, maybe thinking, oh, I can't get Ronaldo, I can't get Messi. You don't need them, because Brian's got to the final without them. He's used Chikau and Ibrahimovic off the bench, but it started with players like Leroy Fer, Tarapt, Remy, all very affordable players. So he's a great example to those guys at home who haven't got the highest rated of squads, but are just decent at the game. So we're going to have a final coming up very soon. It's going to be between Ty and Brian. And it's difficult to say which way it's going to go. I'm going to have a look at the Twitch chat now, see what you guys thinking is going to happen. Let us know in there what you think. A lot of people agree with me about Ibra being really good. Kimbo3495 says he thinks that Ibra's also been very good this tournament. And we're going to have a look at the bracket quickly now. As you can see, the journey to the final that these guys have gone on, Brian and Ty, to get there. So Ty was able to beat his friend and teammate Tas 2-0 in the quarterfinal. He then beat the tournament favourite, Huge Gorilla, 3-2 in a massive upset, going through to the final. Brian, on the other hand, beat AAA ASIC, who's also very good in the group. He beat him 2-1. Then beat Guigsey 5-1, as we saw. It was a really convincing victory in the end. And now we have the face-off, Ty versus Brian. It's going to be a great match, isn't it?
Yeah, that should be good. I'm looking forward to see if Brian can break down Ty's defence.
How important for it do you think it was for the tournament, also for the kind of competitiveness of the tournament, particularly the final coming up, the grand final, that Huge Gorilla didn't win this one?
I think it is kind of important, but I think Huge Gorilla will actually benefit from this more. Imagine if he won all these qualifiers, ends up at the grand final and then loses. So, Huge Gorilla can go away with this and think, all right, I've won one, I've come to the second one, I've come to the I've got to the semi-final, I've played well, but I think he'll be the big, sort of real winner out of this.
But it keeps him hungry. That's the most important thing. Like I say, he didn't need to win this one. He'd already qualified for the grand final. Yes, more money, but he would have won if he'd got to the final and won it, or even got runner-up. But I think you're right. I think long-term, it's important. Every big winner, every long-term winner needs to be able to learn from losses as well. That's the thing. And he's obviously had a loss here. He didn't necessarily expect to happen. He's got to take it on the chin and go again. And I think we've got to give a special mention to a lot of the newcomers in this tournament. Guigsey's a really good example. He's come out of a relative, nowhere. Done really well. No one really expected him to do much. He's given Brian a good game. I think 5-1, slightly flattering to Brian on the score sheet there. How well have the new guys done? Have they impressed you?
Yeah, no, Griggsey has, to be fair. More so his earlier games in the groups. I wasn't that impressed with that game against Brian, but you've got to remember that Brian is one of the top players in Europe. Like, he's won so many French events and European events. So that's a big ask. And yeah, he's done well in this tournament.
I mean, it's been a great tournament in general. We've had 2 of these now. Season 1, which Huge Gorilla obviously was victorious in, and we don't know the winner of this one just yet. The winner of Season 3 could be one of you watching at home. Why not? The ability, if you've got it, you can prove it. You've got to go to gfinity.net/legends, register, get involved in the online qualifiers. If you get enough points and you win enough games, you'll qualify for one of our live finals here. Maybe Season 3, maybe the grand final. And no matter where you're from in Europe, if you do qualify, all your travel, all your accommodation is paid for and sorted, and you just got to worry about playing the FIFA. So make sure you go along and register. And if you're not necessarily backing yourself to do well in the tournament, but you're interested in what we're doing here, why not get yourself some tickets for the next event on July 3rd, July 4th weekend, coming up, that's Season 3, and then in August we have the grand final. All the dates are on gfinity.net, so make sure you keep up to date. Follow us on Twitter as well, Gfinity, so you can be up to date with all the updates and whatnot that we can publish from time to time. And just taking a look at some of your comments. Ryan around 95 says he's going to enter, definitely. We've got a few comments. GVNZZ says, when is the final? It's in August. I'm not sure on the exact date, but you can definitely find out on gfinity.net. So we've got a lot of things coming up here. We're going to go to a quick break now. When we come back, of course, we've got the big one, the final. Vitality Brian against Ty Walton. I've got no idea what way it's going to go. All I can tell you is it's going to be an absolute corker. Before we go straight into the break, though, we're going to show you Graham FC, XL Graham, sorry, and we're going to talk about his ideal Ultimate 11 if chemistry wasn't a thing.
My best 11 would be Courtois in goal, right back Kyle Walker, left back probably Marcelo. The 2 centre backs, because I play 4-2-1-2, would be Ramos and Boateng. Centre defence. Ramirez, and right mid would be Cuadrado, left mid would be Hazard. I would play Messi behind the front 2 with Ronaldo and Ibrahimovic up front.
Peggy 3.
Bitter defeat. That is the sweet taste of victory. That's hard to swallow. That's the dream start. What
come together perfectly. Well, this is it. The taste of football.
Sweet victory for one team, bitter defeat for the other.
Throughout history, the boldest have dared to go further. They risk death, and in doing so, live on forever. What drives these few to the ends of the earth? The desire to discover something more. The search for something greater. The world is full of unanswered questions. Beyond all limits or reason, the answers await. For some, discovering the secrets of the world is the only way to live.